What's up, friends?
What is going on, Miro? How you doing, buddy?
Doing amazing. So, friends, if you're watching this, welcome to the Rising Tide Collective. If you're watching this, you're probably a close friend of mine personally or Ryan's, or you've been referred by someone who's really near and dear to our hearts. So, we want to acknowledge you and thank you for being here. And thank you, Ryan, for showing up and sharing our little secrets with me in the world and see how it may help them level up.
Yeah, absolutely. So what we've got here, guys, is we wanted to share with you kind of the brainchild of Miro and I. We've been putting together for the last couple months here. We've been really trying to dig in and figure out exactly what it is that it takes to bring up those around us. And so we came up with something really unique, something really amazing that you're going to love. And it's called the Rising Tide Collective. And it is a 6-month intensive mastermind for 20 entrepreneurs. We're keeping it small, and the idea is just like this quote we've got down here: "A rising tide raises all ships." That we want to bring up those around us, and we want to work with those of you that are looking to bring up and impact your community, impact the people in your lives, and that as a collective, as we start to raise each other up, that we raise everybody around us up. So that's the mission that we have here, and that's what we're going to talk to you guys about.
Yeah, and really what we've seen, Ryan, is like, common problems. People are, there's a need in the marketplace, right? People are buying different programs and they're not getting the results that they want. Meanwhile, people like you and me continue to freaking crush it, and some people are, really getting massive results and others are not. And so what's the gap? Like, what is it that's stopping people from getting the results that they want? And so we're going to talk a little bit about what we've discovered just from working with hundreds and thousands of people at this point to help them get the results that they want. And hopefully there's something in this for you that will help you if you're watching this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's get right into it.
So, yeah, let's get into it. We can go a little bit over. So, why don't you talk a little bit about yourself? Introduce people that maybe are possibly coming from my friends list or maybe haven't had an introduction to you.
Oh
And
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, and then we'll talk about you too. But of course, I love talking about myself. So give me an opportunity to do that. I'll do that all day. No, I'll be brief. So my name is Miro Heyink. I'm the founder of Manifest X, and I'm a mindset coach. I'm an NLP practitioner. That means I help people overcome really their inner obstacles and get the results that they want by rewiring their subconscious mind. And so I've also helped a ton of people with their sales and marketing. I have a big passion for it. I started my business in 2017 after going through burnout, divorce, and depression, and get fired really. And then I discovered my dreams had like a spiritual awakening and everything happening at the same time. And in a really, really short amount of time, I've been able to create something really amazing. I'm the founder of the Conscious Entrepreneur Community. So we have over 300 members right now who are getting massive results and 10xing their lives, both personally and in their business. And I have a big passion for business. So it's both marketing. I've built everything organically in my business. No paid ads. I've been able to train a number of other people to do the same thing. Yeah, and that's me in a nutshell. I have a 4-year-old boy. I love to do Muay Thai, and I love eating pasta. So
there we go.
how about you, Ryan?
Uh, yeah, just echoing, I've actually worked with Miro on some of his mindset stuff. He's worked with me personally, and I can tell you that it's the real deal. It really makes one session with this guy can actually make just a huge impact in your life. And if this ends up being right for you, you're going to get a whole lot more than that. But jumping into me, so, I've basically been in some sort of sales, my entire working career. But a few years ago, my wife and I decided that, having the bigger house than we needed, having a lot more stuff, getting stuck into this 9-to-5 grind that, we're pouring all of our time into our career, but we're not really, living a life that's super fulfilling. And so we started down this path of learning like what it would take to take my skills in the, brick and mortar world, which, a little background on that. One of the companies I worked for as a sales manager plateaued out about $800,000 a year, 4 years into their business. And I came on as sales manager, was able to actually revamp a lot of their systems, and in 8 months get them actually up to 1.5 million. And we converted, their actual return on all of that up by 10%. And so we made them more money, and we made more money off the money we were making. And so I decided to take the skills from there and, find a way to transition that online. Through working through Sam Oven's program, doing about $75,000 in affiliate sales just using Messenger. And then in the last 12 months, selling over $125,000 worth of online programs, using all organic marketing, I decided to start organicsalescoach.com, and where I was, started focusing on helping life coaches and people who transform people's lives to be able to build their businesses organically without getting overwhelmed by paid ads. And so that's what brought us together. That's kind of my expertise in a nutshell.
And what I love about you, Ryan, truly, it's like you're like I got to tell you, like, even though I work with, Eli Wild, #1 sales guy for Tony Robbins, who made like $1 billion in sales. And I've hired like tons of coaches and spent like over $40,000 like this year alone on different coaching. What you're the best in the world at is really organic sales and leads, man. Freaking crushing it on Messenger, and it's really just a pleasure to know you and to connect with you at this time and share your freaking skill set and mindset with the world.
Yeah, absolutely, dude. I appreciate all that. Let's get into a little bit. Whenever we started this project together, one of the first things that we lined out is, whenever we did this partnership, we wanted things to be in alignment, and that would be, one of the first things we focused on was our values. And so if you want to dig in a little bit about, just give a little short snapshot on each of these about, where we stand on, the values we have listed here and how that impacts how we run this business.
100%. Like we'll make it brief and short and sweet, but also I want to connect with people deeply on this at the same time, So #1 thing for me, my #1 value is impact. And if you're like most people that I love, have the pleasure of working with, you really freaking care about helping people and making the world a better place, raising the vibration, and just helping people, breaking them out of pain, so they can have the life that they want. And that's very much who I am, what I stand for, how I was raised. My mom was like a psychologist who helped refugees. And so it's like making a difference has always been #1. And, what I've learned on this journey, you don't make an impact unless you get results. So results is the #1. It comes first, and the impact follows from that. So everything that we're building is having results and impact in mind, #1. And we have fun doing it in community. Like we can do it alone, and we can, but if you do it together, it's more fun, and you can go faster and you can go longer. This is a marathon, not a sprint. And by really having the connection and celebrating and having gratitude, joy, and love, and like parties and masterminds and meeting up, like all of these things, it just makes everything more and more worthwhile. That's just kind of like what I believe, and I know you agree with me, dude, because we put this together. But go ahead. What stands out?
Yeah, absolutely. And so, one of the big things whenever we were thinking about like structuring this and filling in those holes that people didn't have before, or that they've been missing in their business. And so, the empowerment portion of that, like there's all the information in the world out there, right? Like most of the people that are probably going to be watching this have at least taken one course, and that would be, bare minimum. Most likely they've taken 3 or 4 courses, and they've got a crazy amount of knowledge. But a thing a lot of these courses fail to do is actually put the person in a stage where they're actually empowered to take the action, and where they feel supported and they feel like it's something they can actually do. And so, the main downfall to this like course buying generation that we have right now is that it's all knowledge and no power, right? And so what we're wanting to do is through the community, through making it fun, through like helping them link to their authentic position on the market, like coming from their true self, and being able to put all of that into a package where they feel empowered with the knowledge that they have and with the knowledge that we're going to be sharing with them is, that's the key that's really missing, is they didn't really have a vehicle to implement everything. And so what we're going to do in this program is we're going to be right there with you. We're going to hold them personally accountable and help make sure that this is the last program that they ever take where they leave feeling unempowered.
Powerful, man. So right. Let's get into it. What is this for? Okay. I'm going to start. Both Ryan and I helped, hundreds, if not thousands of people at this point. So let's just kind of describe, the person that's watching this right now. Chances are you have tried, different things and you didn't get the results that you wanted, and maybe feel a little bit, disempowered, not feeling good about yourself, and you maybe even trust is low that any of these programs work. And this is just kind of what we've seen across the board, that people are wanting to make the six figures. They want to make 10K a month, 8K a month and more. And that's, really, it's not the holy grail. It's not like we're going to the moon. This is something that ordinarily people are doing every single day. And we're just really, figuring out right now, if you're watching this and you're not getting the results that you want yet, and you're a little confused why that is, this is really for you to get clear on, why haven't you been able to do this yet, and make the necessary changes so that you're not only getting a little result here and there, but being able to do this consistently over time. A lot of people, they'll get a client here and there, and then it's like feast and famine. When it's feast time, everything is wonderful, it's great, but when it's famine, and people go hungry, and it's really bad. So this is really kind of the experience that we're having working with different people from my point of view. And the goal of this is really increasing the ripple of impact. Like we said, like, get the results, you'll make a bigger impact in the world, and you have more money. 100%. Money is fuel. Have more money, do more good. I want to be a philanthropist. I work with, projects that are supporting education in the world, kids that otherwise wouldn't have a chance. I think everybody here has their personal mission in life. So if you're a mission-driven entrepreneur, you're a coach, you're a consultant, but no matter what you do, you're here to make the world a better place, but you just haven't gotten the results you want yet, I'd say this is for you.
Boom. Yeah, and I think that probably, I think you probably covered it there. The only thing that I would maybe add is, with a collective like this, what you're getting and what this would be perfect for is somebody who has, really struggled with doing this on their own and has struggled with feeling like they actually have deep connection. And the way that we're setting up this and why we're limiting it to only 20 people, and the way we're breaking down the structure of the actual program, is so that, like, you start building lifelong connections and you start building people that are going to hold you accountable and that you're going to hold accountable to. And so I'd say, along with, the impact, it's also that deep connection that I think a lot of people are missing. And next, we're going to talk a bit about who this isn't for, who we would, just nicely like to say that this program isn't a good fit for you.
Yeah, but before you do that, I want to just point out, can you show the picture from me real quick? I'll be brief. To the point of connection, this picture was taken at a mastermind I went to in San Diego about 20 months ago or so, not long ago, like right after I started my business. You can ask any one of those people on this pictures, like, basically we're so freaking tight. That's forever stuff. And that's experience really changed my life. And it's been, Alexander Riker, James Hodges, like, these are my favorite people, Brian. And, we're still talk. We're super freaking tight, and this is not like college or something where it's like, oh, cool, like, we'll follow each other on Facebook. No, this is people that you mastermind together. These are people that you share your deepest fears, your secrets, right? But you also share what works, and you build that deep connection. We meet up in person, we have live events, and it's been really powerful to make an impact together. So that's all I got to say about that.
Awesome.
Let's talk about who this is not for, okay?
For sure. So whenever we're talking about who this is not for, the reason we started this program was really simple. We've seen a lot of people that are getting left behind in programs that have promised them the moon, and then they left out the support system and they left out the actual community, and people are drowning as just another number in this basically sea of course purchasers, right? And so our goal is that, anybody that is wanting to participate in this, because we're offering it at such a crazy price, like we'll talk about that later, but whenever we came into this, we wanted to put it at a price that just kind of made people question how the heck we could do this. And really part of that is making sure that we get the right people in, because we're wanting to build something so powerful that the money that it costs now is going to be nothing in comparison to the impact that we're going to make with this group. And so, any participant that is going to be a part of this, they must be committed to giving as much as they receive. So if you're a taker, if you're a person that just shows up and consumes, and you're a person that just shows up and you have a chronic habit of just seeing, the amount of knowledge that you can get without giving anything back, then this is definitely not going to be a program that you enjoy being a part of. And if you can't commit to helping others and supporting and interacting with other members on a regular basis, then this is not for you. Mm-hmm. And the last part I'd say is that if you don't have like a real drive, if you don't have that why deep down inside to where you want to give back to the world and you want to give back to those around you, because we intentionally named this, the Rising Tide Collective. And our number one goal is to have that ripple of impact where we bring up everybody around us. And, that just doesn't stop with the group, and that just keeps going out to each one of our areas of influence. So if that doesn't resonate with you, then, there's going to be a lot of great things you can learn in the rest of this video. But as far as joining the program, it would be also fine if, we're not going to hold it against you, but you could just pop right out, because who we're looking for is real impact makers and generators.
Yeah. 100%, man. The only thing I'd say to that is, I used to believe like, I'm not good enough, and I need more information. I'm not certified and all this stuff. But like, you know what? If you make it about yourself, you're not going to get the results that you want. You got to realize like, it's all I, me, and I can't, and I won't, and I don't have the money and all this stuff. That's very like me and I focus. It's ego focused, and that's not how you're going to get the impact into the world that you really want. You got to realize it's really about other people, and like there's somebody in pain right now that needs your help. And this is what this is for. If you lead with value first, that's going to be where magic happens. So let's talk about the ripple of impact effect. Okay.
Right.
This is my jam.
Yeah, I'm going to let you break this one down here and explain to people what this crazy ass diagram we got going on here and how it applies to their life, how it's going to make their life 1,000 times better.
Let's get it. So basically, this is exactly the solution to all of the problems that we've seen in our own personal lives and out in the field working with our clients, who go from never having any clients to making consistent 5K, 10K plus. So number one, most people are not getting the results that they want is because they don't actually know what they want, right? They think they do, but they don't. What I mean by that is clarity. They're not, who they're serving is not aligned with who they are. So they feel like an imposter. They feel like I'm not good enough and who am I to, right? And that's one of the key problems. The other thing is they don't have an irresistible offer. They don't have a thing where if I say this to this person, then they go like, oh my gosh, this is exactly what I need. I need to buy this now, and they don't have this UVP, the unique value proposition. I've invested thousands of dollars just to get really clear on what my superpowers actually are and who that really matters to. And that's key. That information is so valuable because once you know it, you can't unknow it. Once you're clear. And so clarity has been one of the fundamental corner pieces of how we help people. And this is everything that we're creating in the Rising Tide Collective it's all centered around getting crystal clear on who you are, who you're helping, how you're helping them, and then having rock solid confidence, right? Talk about mindset. Having the rock solid confidence, you can help them. That when they hop on a call with you, that you know exactly what to tell them, that you know exactly how to help them, and also know who's not for you. And you have the courage to actually say, you know what, this is not a good fit. Like, you're not aligned with my values, and I don't think that we need to move forward together. Like, the people who are going to come into this program, first, like, they'll go from, I need clients, and where are the clients at, to, you know what, I don't know if this is a good client for you. Actually starting to turn away people.
Yeah.
So that's going to be the thing. And when you have both, like when you have the rock solid mindset and you have rock solid clarity, what happens is you begin to having a laser focus. You have a laser focus. You know exactly who you want to help. You know exactly that you can do it and that it's worth it. And you have laser focus. And the more you have laser focus, you start getting the ROI benefits, which is ripple of impact and money in your bank account. Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
You want to talk about the other missing piece of the equation?
Yeah, for sure. So, with it being a collective, a mastermind where we're doing group coaching and we're doing, accountability where we're going to be keeping people accountable on a weekly basis. So, the clarity and the mindset are, really super important. But if you miss out on the accountability, whether it's being able to keep yourself accountable or whether it's support from a community or a group, that we find without the accountability that you don't actually get commitment. And then if whenever you combine the clarity and the accountability, that's where you actually start being able to take massive action. And so, the action and the commitment pieces to this are so incredibly important to actually get that ROI. So like seeing this as a whole picture here, like we have clarity, the mindset work and the accountability is the main things that need to be addressed to help you actually start getting the traction. And then whenever you combine these, you get the overlap where taking this massive action, having laser focus and unwavering commitment, like those are the things as the result of having the others worked out that actually get you to this area where you have this massive ripple of impact, you get a return on your investment. And so from the ground up, we've built with this understanding of knowing exactly, if you guys are watching this, just take notes on exactly how we structured our offer and how we put it together, because these are the things you need to be looking at. Like we have clarity, we understand where the problems are at, and we've built this irresistible offer using our unique value proposition that both Miro and I bring to the table. And we use this exact model for understanding how we're going to be able to provide you with the understanding and how you're going to be able to provide your clients with the understanding. And so right here, this is like everything you need to actually start getting that ripple of impact where you're influencing those all around you and your life starts changing.
Yeah, 100%. And when you have this built out for yourself, and we'll walk you through this really step by step, over the course of 6 months of unwavering commitment, like even on a day that you're down, like still being committed to showing up to the group coaching calls, being in a hot seat, right? Being willing to report in and say, hey, you know what, I did drop the ball on this, but you know what, I'm still showing up, and then being open and willing to receive the help. Like imagine, if you do this week after week after week, month after month after month, like success. Yeah. Inevitable. It has to happen. And so we're freaking committed to everybody who this is a good fit for, to taking them absolutely all the way to the finish line. And we'll physically get together and celebrate at graduation. And we'll talk more about that in a little bit. But yeah, so this is the overall, the ripple effect. This is the ripple of impact effect. And very, very excited, because here's what you have to realize. It's not just you, right? There's a cost of not getting clear. There's a cost of not getting the confidence and overcoming the self-sabotage, the procrastination, right? There's a cost to it. There's a financial cost. For a lot of you who are probably making like $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 in your business or less, like the financial cost is probably over $100,000 in the next 12 months, right? But the real cost, right? The real human suffering, it's not just you, it's not just you banging your head against the wall and, and your people telling you to get your job and like all of this stuff. It's also, the people like your family, right? How does it affect your community? How does it affect the people that you can help if only you start showing up for them, Yeah. So I mean, people don't look at it that way, but when I decided to do my business and like go all in, I had to realize, okay, if I don't do this, like I know I have saved lives. I know there are people out in this world that if I hadn't coached with me, they wouldn't be on this planet anymore. And that's the real human cost. I'm talking people would be dead instead. I'm not saying that I don't know what is your gift that you help people with, but chances are people are suffering because they haven't met you yet. And so that's a big responsibility, and it doesn't need to be brutal. It can be really, really fun, and that's what we want to do. We want to help you have more fun, make more money, have more impact, so you can level up, and do it together and hold each other accountable to doing that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's get it.
So, these are just a few examples of, what it looks like whenever you actually start getting that ripple of impact effect, whenever you start getting those pieces dialed in. And so, we just wanted to put this up here, throw up a couple of just of our clients' results on what it looks like whenever you start getting that laser focus, whenever you start getting your mindset right and you can show up every day and you start having somebody that truly cares about your success, holding you accountable, and then how that filters into your focus and how that filters into you showing up every day. And whenever we talk about the ripple of impact, this is it. This is, over here, working with a coach on their organic, 2 weeks into the month, we were able to hit $15,000 completely organic. I think we actually closed out at $25,000 for that month. Miro working with this coach in the very first week, this coach was able to sign up a 4-month program for 4K paid in full on week 1. And that's the power of literally having somebody come in and help you shift the thing in your mind that's been keeping you caught, that's been keeping you stuck, and taking you to that place where you have courage and you understand the cost, like Miro was talking about, of not taking action. Because if Miro was stuck, and not, stepping out into his genius, this client, not only would this client of his not be making this money, but the person that they signed up for their 4-month program, they're also missing out on that. And so that's literally seeing that ripple of impact. Miro, I'll let you, if you've got anything to say about these other ones here.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, obviously your clients are freaking crushing it in messenger sales. And I love that. I love hearing hearing them ring the bell, right? Like we always celebrate those wins. And I want to share the example of Nick, like talk about confidence and mindset. This guy, he's already making tons of money and successful in business, but he too got stuck and he had a mindset block, right? So what it ended up being, like he's open about it. Like, they only put him here on the spot because he tells me, like, share this story with people. That's why he made the video for me, and it's in my group. You can see it there too, because he wants people to know, like, if you're like freaking, down, you're drinking alcohol, smoking pot right now, you're like self-sabotaging, you're like, it doesn't have to be that way. We start working together in a really short amount of time. This dude turn his life around. He started a new business from scratch, published 3 books, and ended up making over $500,000 in sales for the first time in business. And since then, I just talked to him a couple of days ago. He's been making $500,000 a month in sales consistently and increasingly. So they're exceeding over $1.4 million in business in 12 months. And this is so cool. So we're actually going to do a VIP session in California too. He has me fly in and everything because he's freaking crushing it, And this is what happens when you break out of the sort of mindset trap. This dude is fulfilled. He's access to an abundance of women. It's like the ripple effect is not just in one area. You have confidence. You start seeing it in other areas of your life. You just like leveling up as a whole person,
Yeah.
And he's been helping thousands of people in the process. And so really grateful for not just clients like him, but also that they give us the feedback. Like, hey, look, this stuff is working. Please share with the world.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And it's like helping one person that goes off and helps 100 people, thinking about like each of those people's lives that are impacted really just starts to multiply like massively. So having 20 entrepreneurs that are all impact driven, that are being led by 2 coaches that actually care all the way through to their success and that aren't going to give up on them and aren't going to let them give up on themselves, and then each of them just impacting 10 people, 20 people, 100 people, however that does, like this one project is going to impact thousands of people's lives.
I'm so excited. I'll just share one more thing. So Caroline, she's one of my favorite people to work with of all times. She's always like praising me so much, but honestly, she's doing all the work. When I met her, she was burned out, man. She was literally crying on our first call, and things were bad, And so within 3 weeks, she started signing up clients. But what's more important than that, she started implementing everything that I told her, and she had more energy. Her relationship with her husband got better. And what I've learned, what I taught her about money mindset, she was telling me that our session was responsible for her bringing generational wealth into her family. Now she's talking to her kids about the relationship with money and everything that she before didn't understand was holding her back. And so I'm so grateful, again, like to be just a small part of it. Ultimately, I know I'm not getting these results for people. These people have to be ready. They have to make a decision and do the work on their own. And it's just so gratifying to be a small part of that equation.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I think that gives people a pretty good idea of what it could look like if they were able to actually start getting their things focused in. So let's talk a little bit about, the Rising Tide Collective. It is a 6-month mastermind. And so this right here is kind of like a 30,000 foot overview of what it would look like to be a part of the program, some of the features of the program. We're not going to get exhaustive in listing out everything that's going to be done to help you get to the place that you're trying to get. But I'm going to start going through a few of these here. And the first thing is, like, we're going to be doing 3 times a week group coaching. And this is going to look like having a chance to do work with Miro on a call with part of the group, being able to do work with me on part of the group, and then all of us getting together on another day of the week and being able to come together, celebrate our wins, set up the agenda for the following week. And so you're actually getting a pretty significant amount of our time that, our clients that pay one-on-one end up having to invest a lot more to be able to get this one-on-one time. And so by having it strategically put into our program where we can break it apart, we can work together with smaller groups, that you're really going to be getting an amazing amount of value as far as just our actual time that we're putting in.
100%. And it's not just us. It's just they're not just getting you and me, right? They're with a group of like at least 9 other people, because we break it down in 10 and 10, right? So it's going to be 10 folks with you, 10 folks with me, and you basically, if you're joining us, you have the opportunity to be with sort of 9 others held in a really tight container, and you're also responsible to call somebody else out on their BS, right?
Yeah.
There's accountability with another person, and they're also going to hold you accountable. So what we're committing to is just really, like, this is why it's really hand selected. We're not sharing this with everyone, because we want people who are energetically just really aligned on the same mission. And it's important enough that we're going to call each other out and support each other in our deepest downfalls. When we have our breakdown and burnout moments and we get a no on a call or whatever, like, those moments will happen, but not being alone, having somebody to call right in a moment, it's going to be priceless.
Yeah, absolutely. The next part over personal accountability is we're going to be doing the mindset mastery coaching. A big part of being an entrepreneur is, a lot of times you're working from home alone and you're having to deal with a lot of rejection. Like, the fact is that only a small percentage of the market is going to be primed and ready for your offer at any given time. And so being able to have the mental toughness, being able to have the courage is going to be one of those things that we've personally found that whenever you don't have it, whenever your mindset's shit, you're, not doing your daily work, and, we're going to be helping them to be able to take daily action, to be able to get their mindset pumped up, to be able to get through breakthroughs that they've maybe been not able to get through their entire lives, right? And to be able to have the mental fortitude to be an entrepreneur that reaches those 6 figures, right?
Yeah. So one of the things my clients said yesterday, we did a group coaching thing. They told me, like, we did a session just on confidence alone. They said this is something that they will never forget their entire lives. So just having the ability to have unstoppable, rock solid confidence and knowing exactly what you're doing, why you're doing it, it's going to propel you so much further and faster than anything you've tried before. So I'm very, very excited that I get to unleash my mindset gifts, and I've been, again, investing thousands of dollars into my own personal development and training on this. And I have, a pretty good idea that I can help you guys do the same thing.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to knock through a couple of these other ones just a little bit quicker. Number 5, we've got connecting with 20 dedicated entrepreneurs a week. So this isn't your average, Facebook group that people are promising that you get to be a part of that's got 10,000, 15,000, 50,000 members where you're just another number. But we're holding this to 20 members, only paid members, everybody getting the same training, starting at the same time, having those accountability partners within the group, sharing your wins, sharing your losses. This is going to be a hub of connection to where you're building these lifelong connections. The next thing, another part is we're going to be giving you the high-level marketing and sales training. We're not holding anything back from you. Anything that Miro and I have invested in between us, there's probably close to $50,000 of, knowledge just between the last few years that we've invested into ourselves, the times that we've put into ourselves. And so, this group here is we're not going to be holding anything back from you. Any tactics, anything that we have, anything that can help you succeed is going to be out on the table. And so one of the cool things that we're going to be doing at the end is that we're starting together and we're going to finish together, and we're going to celebrate with a live event. And we're going to have a graduation. We're going to rent out an awesome Airbnb, invite everybody out, be able to share each other's wins, start planning for the next phases in our business. And then one of the cool things that we're going to be implementing is a service project where we're going to be raising $10,000, and we're going to, as a group, be raising up an organization that we all believe in. So we'll be able to vote, we'll be able to decide on a service project. And what that looks like is basically $500 from every one of the students, which by the end of 6 months, you know, we want it to be to where you're so excited to give that $500 to something that we're doing as a group because you've been brought up to a level that you maybe never even imagined you'd get there to. And we're wanting you to be hitting those $8,000 months, $10,000 months. And then we're going to celebrate by doing a project where we're actually changing people's lives, whether it's, you know, a project for inner city kids, maybe a water project. There's just different things that we'll be able to put on the table, and we're going to actually be able to change people's lives. And so being able to celebrate our last 6 months of success, meet each other in person, and then also give back to the community is going to be a super powerful moment that you're not going to want to miss.
Yeah.
And, you know, the last thing is that, like, whenever you're done with this program, if you're not already there, that you're going to have the clarity and the proven path to be getting your business to 6 figures. And we know that's what people want. That's where you want to be. And so every bit of the program is designed to help you do that.
100%. You know, what I'm excited about is, like, I already have a charity in mind that, you know, we can go support, but it's not about me being sort of the boss of the whole show or like you running the whole show. It's truly a mastermind. It's a collective. So we each have our unique perspective and truth, and we're all experts and have unique gifts in our different fields. So we're going to really value everybody's input and really create something together powerfully and really co-create this experience. You know, we have some foundations, we have the outline, but we're going to need you to show up 100% fully to make this the experience that you really want and contribute to another member and the rest of the world. So This one, I'm really excited. Let's move on. Yeah.
Cool. So this is a 6-month snapshot. And this is, you know, a very high level overview of what the timeline would look like. And so essentially how we've broken this down is we're going to have, you know, most programs, the max that you get is 90 days. We're doubling that. We want to make sure that you have all the time, all the support that you need to get to reach your goals. And so we've broken this down in the first 90 days. It's going to be focusing on clarity, focus, and taking massive action and getting your first sales, getting your sales rolling, your program, you know, getting it to a place where you've proven your concept, where you're getting results for clients. And then we're going to take a small 2-week break in the middle, and we're going to jump back in with everybody getting on the scaling process. And so we've got 90 days to sell, 90 days to scale. And over the 6 months, it's going to culminate in a live graduation where we're all meeting up, celebrating our success, you know, donating to our service project. And then, you know, at that point, we'll be able to talk about what's next, how to get this group and see what the, you know, the next ripple of impact that we're going to have on the world. But this is a way for you to take a quick look at what it would be like to go through 6 months in the Rising Tide Collective.
100%. So I'll break it down real quick further. You know, it's basically it's a marathon and it's also a sprint, you know. So you want to have, you know, once you have clarity and you know who you're serving and everything, stuff happens fast. So you can, you know, my clients have been getting results in week 1, week 2. Once you're clear, like, that's the power of it, you know. And this is kind of what I expect to happen here too. And at the same time, we're going to stay committed, you know, for the first 90 days. It's all about getting that new aligned, you know, with that new clarity, you know, focusing on getting that new aligned clients and honing in that process, how you actually fully develop them results, how you have the confidence that you can help them powerfully. And once you're there, it's like, it's like rinse and repeat, you know, getting that systems, getting it dialed in and turning it all the way up. And then once you're graduating together, you know, it's 7 figures and more. I mean, look, I like to think big, you know, a lot of times, you know, I mean, I'm looking to raise $100 million, you know, in the next, you know, few years, however long it takes to make a big difference in education on a global scale and eliminate anxiety and depression and burnout in entrepreneurs, because I know they have the biggest impact in the world. So, like, we're not playing small, and you can exit at any point that you want. If, you know, 6 figures is enough for you, that's cool. Like, there's no judgment. You know, it's all about the lifestyle that you choose. You know, I know Ryan, he just wants to have a lot of free time and have a lifestyle that he enjoys and spend time with his family. And, you know, and that's absolutely perfect. You know, for me, I want everything, you know, I want all of that. And I want to, you know, impact 1 billion lives, you know? And so, again, like, whatever your goals are, what your needs are and your desires are, it's perfect. There's no judgment here whatsoever. We're going to help you get there. And then if you want to go further together even more, like, we can do that too.
Yeah, absolutely. So, you know, if this has resonated with you, if this sounds like something you'd be interested in being a part of, it's pretty simple. right? And so we've got 20 spots. And so if you're looking to become a part of the Rising Tide Collective, we're essentially going to have enrollment open for 7 to 9 days. That's all it's going to open. We know that these spots are going to fill. We're not going to be building a waiting list. We're not going to be opening up any additional spots. We're just really looking for those 20 perfect fits. And then, so if you are 100% committed to your success and you can be committed to the success of the group, that's number one that you have to meet. You know, if you don't meet that, just like we talked about on who we're not looking for, like, you know, then it's just not going to be a good fit. And we want to keep that spot open for somebody that is. And the second part is those spots are limited. So if this is something that you're going to be a part of, then we need people that are action takers as well. And so we're not looking to get on and try to sell you and try to convince you that this is the right thing for you. I think that if you look at our values, you look at what we're doing, how we're structuring the program and where you're at, that, you know, the way that we structure this is that it should jump off the page to you and that you'll know that if this is a great fit for you. And third is we're talking about the investment. So if you've been wondering what this is going to cost you and how much you'd have to pay to be a part of something like this, normally, if you were talking about getting Miro and I each a month, you'd be looking at like, you know, at bare minimum, like $5,000 a month to be able to work with us. And we're doing this for $497 a month. And I know to some people that sounds crazy. Whenever we put this together, we were kind of committed to saying the price that we offer this for and what we're going to give to people is going to make us hesitant a little bit to offer.
Yeah, exactly. That was my experience, right, Ryan? Like,
right.
We talk about this, and just a quick clarification. So working with me one-on-one and in my group, it's like $6,000. You know, that's what it is for. Normally I work with them for 90 days. But what we're doing here, is, you know, 6 months, and it's $500 a month. I mean, less than $500.
Yeah.
So that's freaking crazy. If you don't see this right now and go, holy shit, like, then I think this, you know, this is probably not for you anyway. But
yeah.
Really ridiculous. And so actually it took some convincing, Ryan, right? Like I was like, dude, this is too cheap. Like we can't do this.
Yeah.
But then you reminded me, like, what is this about? Like we got to get, you know, the ripple of impact going. And these people have the potential to do this, and they probably know that they do. They just haven't had the mindset, the confidence, you know, and the accountability to do this and the clarity. And so, yeah, so I'm very excited. You know, it's $497, but there's also an opportunity to get this even lower, right?
Yeah, for sure. And so, you know, the investment is $497 a month, and we require you to be on a 6-month commitment because if you sign up for this, you're essentially taking a spot of somebody else that would be able to be in there and that would be committed. And so we're going to be holding you accountable. This is something that most people aren't actually willing to do, is actually hold you to your own level of success that you're committed to. Because, you know, whenever we put this together, we wanted this to be, you know, we wanted you to be only have to make this decision one more time, you know, that you're actually going to be able to get to the place that you've been trying to get for maybe years. And so we didn't want to drain anybody. We didn't want to have bigger payment plans. We didn't even want to give you an option of paying the whole 6 months up front. We wanted you to be able to take this a small chunk at a time, and to where the money isn't a distraction for you, to where if you get one sale, it's basically covering your first 4 months of the mastermind, right? And so you can also have an opportunity to make this a little bit cheaper. And what we did is we understood that accountability was one of the most important things that people needed in this. And so if you have a friend that you've maybe joined a program with, or another business owner that you think would actually be perfect, that you would love to go through this with, we're giving everybody an option to invite one person only, one invite only. This is just for somebody that you think is like right in alignment with your app, that you would love to go through this program with. And if you do that, you're going to be able to save $100 a month. So the price is going to drop down even lower to $397 a month. And that's going to be for you and your friend that you celebrate with. And, you know, the goal is that whenever you bring somebody on, that they're going to be there with you at the celebration. You're both going to be able to celebrate your 6-figure earnings. You're going to be able to celebrate breaking months that you've never been able to break before. Do you have anything else to say about that?
No, man, this is it. Like, look, if you already know, like, you know, this is for you and everything is awesome. Well, you know what? Hey, maybe this is not for you, but you know this person, like, that who this is for. that's going to be huge. So we want to reward you for bringing somebody who's aligned. Again, it's not like a public, offer. We don't run ads to this. It's all organic. So that means like it's word of mouth only, right? So if you have somebody you want to do this together with, because accountability is going to make a big difference, let's go to graduation together. Like, let's come all meet up here and have this tribe of aligned people who are going to hold each other accountable. And like you said, man, we're going to hold you accountable. So once you're in, you're in. There's no backing out. There's no, let's see how it goes. Like, one of the reasons people haven't been getting the results that they wanted because they weren't committed enough. Yeah. And so this is the opportunity to commit and say, I'm going all in. I'm going to make it happen. And I'm going to do it together. So let's do it.
Yeah. Awesome. So guys, if this sounds like you, so, the main things that we're talking about here is this ripple of impact. And if you want clarity in your business, if you want clarity in your life as a whole, we're not just trying to impact your business here, but we want you as a person to be able to evolve to a place that you've maybe been trying to get to for a long time, be able to actually step in and become the type of person that you know that you can be whenever you're living up to your potential. And maybe you've never had somebody pull that out of you. We're going to pull that out of you. And even if it's struggling, we're going to make sure that you're held accountable, and we're going to get you clarity like you've never had before. We call it courageous clarity.
Courageous clarity.
And that's clarity that you are so clear that you can turn clients away. That's clarity so much that you know who you're going to add and who you're not going to add, because you've been held to knowing, you've been held to figure out your exact perfect avatar. You've been held to figure out the exact niche and how that aligns with who you are as a person. And so if you want that kind of clarity, if you want accountability and you're tired of being left in the dust, you're tired of joining things and not having anybody actually support you, and you feel like you've just been doing this alone, and you would love to actually start building that fellowship, building those friendships and those business connections, then this could be for you. And if you're ready to master your mindset, like the biggest thing that we see, that I've personally seen, that I know Miro's seen firsthand, is that your mindset is where it all goes wrong. So like, you can have all the strategies in the world and you can have all the accountability in the world, but if you show up and it takes one pebble in the road to derail you and throw you off because your mindset is so shaky and weak, then you're never going to actually be able to push through those barriers. And so one of the things that we promise with this program is that your mindset is going to be rock solid, that you're not going to be fumbling over the things that you've fumbled over before, because we know you well enough to where we're designing this to take care of that. And so I want you to have confidence that like, you're not going to be the same person that you are watching this video right now whenever we're done with you. And whenever you're done with yourself, like, this is a thing that you're going to have to show up, and you're going to have to be committed to your own transformation. Yeah. Because the fact is that the person that you've been so far and the things that you've tried so far haven't worked. And we get that. We've done those things, but we also figured out what did. And we know exactly, we put a lot of effort in this to know exactly who we're trying to serve. And so if you know yourself well enough to know that you fit these categories, then I would encourage you to, start taking the next steps today, like as soon as you get off this video, to make this change in your life.
So look, if you want to experience the ROI effect, you want to have a bigger impact, you want to make more money, and actually get the freedoms and the results and the confidence you want to do it together, sign up. We only have 20 spots. We're going to close it down soon. So you're not going to see this video, 2 weeks from now anymore, because it'll be filled up. So that's really the reality of it. So you got to act fast if you want this. And again, if you don't, that's totally cool too. We still love you, right? Yeah. It's totally cool. So I'm very excited to give you guys an opportunity to join us. I don't know if you have any questions. If you have questions, you're unclear, shoot me a message or contact Ryan directly. We are going to be filling this up though. So I would say don't hesitate. It's been probably long enough. And so let's make it happen and get you some results.
Yeah, absolutely. So like, if you guys know, there's going to be a button that you can actually buy. You can go register, get signed up. After close of enrollment, we're going to basically give a 2-week window to get everything started. We're going to end up sending you some enrollment material, getting you going, getting some clarity before we even actually get into the first call. So as soon as we start the program, like, we have something to work on. And so if you're in that place where you're like, okay, this is me, I know exactly what I need, I know this is what I need, I know this is the pieces that I've been missing, and you're wanting that actual kind of tailored support, that group dynamics, then I encourage you, go ahead right now, enroll. And these videos, like I said, these spots are going to drop from 20 down to 10 down to 5 real quick. And we're going to be trying to close this out within the next 9 days. And if you aren't quite there and you're still lacking some clarity, then we basically have 5 spots for this. We can't be spending with the value that we've put into this offer and the amount of time and the amount of effort that we're putting into offering this at such a low price. If there are basically going to be 5 spots that we're able to offer for clarity calls, and we're going to give you an hour of our time completely free. And this isn't your average strategy session where we're going to get you on the phone and try to sell you, right?
No, this is what people pay thousands of dollars for, to receive that clarity,
Yeah.
So I'm excited because this is just helping those aligned people that kind of want this, but they're not sure, like if this is working for them, have too many questions, or don't know if they can do it. That's who this is for, if you're willing to, if you're committed to making a change. So if that's you, I'm really happy to have that chat. It's going to be powerful. Again, there's no pressure, right? It's just for you to get clear. And at the end of that call, you'll know if it's for you or not. And we're only doing it for 5 people right now. So I think that, Ryan, I think people are ready. By now they will know. Obviously, by now, this is for you or what you need to do. When a clarity call, you're on the fence about it, let's chat. Let's get it knocked out. Otherwise, if you're ready to buy and you want to see us in the program, there's a link somewhere here where you can buy now and sign up. And so let's make it happen. Let's start to get that impact going so you can get the results that you want, and we can start celebrating.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to get all the way through this. I think that, if you made it this far, I'm super excited to potentially work with you, and you're going to get some amazing value. So thanks so much for taking your time, and we will see you guys soon.
Yeah, graduation.
Yeah, see you.